No, yeah, it more or less did. Right on the stem where it comes out, where the damn thing went to leaking it. So I didn't pop one. It didn't pop nowhere on the outside of the tube, but the stem going in right there, it wore up the hole in it or something.
And it might have been something you'd damn biting up a hill or stick hit the stem or you know how that shit is there. Anything can, bust that stem there, right?
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got that switch that goes from, there's one pole, it's got the red and, I can't remember, so, red and blue. But one of them got two wires running to it, it goes all the way back to the black one.
Yeah. That's what's wrong with it, man.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with it. I don't think I'll be through with it right now.
Not messing with that damn, like old, Wolfie up there says, messing with that water hole, I wouldn't be touching nothing there, right?
No, I ain't gonna touch nothing. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll be down here tomorrow, but do it tonight.
That is right.
I would like to have a damn mason jar with some water in it right there. No shit, dude. That'd be good, man. I might hit you up tomorrow there, right?
Mason jar?
Yeah, that apple pie. I'd like to give me a slice to that apple pie there tomorrow there, right?
That boxcar, that you got, did it turn out any good?
It's, what?
That apple pie.
It ain't good as that peach or, Eli likes it.
Copied all that.
I want to get so good at it, that's third hill.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he's spoiled over there, nervous Rick. You can't trust him.
Can't trust me.
No, you're spoiled over there. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're immune to that shit. It is like water. You out there drinking it.
What's he talking about, Rick?
Well, boxcar, I just don't know.
I know one thing, Rick.
What's that?
You're talking about that apple pie?
Yes, sir.
That stuff will knock your jigger in the dirt.
Yeah, you need to get up and start around every once in a while when you're partaking of that, because you are liable to have to drive home, because you won't be able to walk. You sit down too long.
Yeah, you gotta rehearse that over and over, right?
That's right.
Boy, I tell you what, if they had an ice cream flavored moonshine, old boxcar, boy, he'd been high cotton, wouldn't he?
You'd be floating.
Hope he don't mix that with ice cream. He'd be in a world of trouble. Gee, if boxcar mix that shit with damn chili out there in a minute.
That'll make one more all-dimensional fart, I promise you that.
You know that, Rick.
What's that?
Whenever they make that stuff, they put everything in there. Just different flavors.
Yeah, I'd say some of them do.
Boxcar.
Yeah.
What do you mean that didn't turn out as good? I don't want to buy nothing if it didn't turn out good.
Oh, it's good now. Just gotta taste it with water.
I heard that on the, like you said a minute ago, on the third pool there, right?
Yeah, that's the third one. Hell, I was over radio somewhere.
That sounds good on me.
10-4. Well, I'll have my linger running tomorrow then. Put that jumper on there. I got some wire like that. Stainless.
You better quit damn chewing on that damn, on them switches over there on that damn varmint, man. That thing will shock you, man, over there. I don't know how you're tearing them switches up.
It tore up when I got it. It was hard to steal.
But yeah, you should let it on, let it run all the time. Quit being cheap over there. Let the light bill run over there, right?
Yeah, Levon, it's still live.
What?
Tell more about you.
Who?
Yeah. The boxcar, he's over there drinking apple pie icebreaker. He'll get back with you. He's like a hurricane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Oh, I got peach. I got a hold of some of that peach before. I like it.
Hey, boxcar.
Yeah.
A full moon and it cloudy. You talking about the bass turning it up right now. Yes, sir. I've always caught good bass on a full cloudy moon. Oh, man. I went out there a while ago. Oh, man. I thought, damn, boy, if I had a boat, I know where I'd go now.
10-4. Right. Where'd you go?
I'd go for a Chickamauga. Night's one of them nights you can slow roll a damn spinner bait, son. Catch them all night long.
10-4. That's where you want to go. Get them smallies.
Yeah, catch the smallies and the large amount. Get you a deep purple spinner bait. You just still in there, Denver Wolf. Hey, Denver Wolf, you still in there? Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I heard you in there. You're pretty loud tonight. Well, I'm glad somebody said that. It ain't past your bedtime yet, is it? I don't reckon. We went to sleep early today. We got our belly full, laid here, then went to sleep. Well, I didn't know. It's Mr. Clean. I'm up out here just piddling. I just thought I'd holler at you, wave a hand. Well, oh, Mr. Clean, you doing all right? Yeah, I'm better than I deserve. Roger D. Say, this sound a little louder? Well, he's not near the traffic in there right now, so yeah, you sound good. Well, you do too. Shoot, your modulation and everything's right on top. Well, I appreciate that, I really do. I'm just having a little box trouble. Trying to get it all straightened out. I ain't gonna do it, I can't do it. Okay, go ahead, boss. I can fix it. 10-4. Yeah. I'm just, sitting back here, taking it easy. I'm not more fish out there on empty moon. Big bass. I'm talking like big fucking bull bass, man. On an empty moon in a full moon. What's wrong with that box? Well, I just took the top off of it, and there's about 4 burnt up diodes in it that I can see. And it's got the Shiba Red Dot 2879 and Lovely, 2 of them about at least 2 of them. Oh, Lord. You got you some aggravation there on your hands, don't you? Yeah, it ain't nothing, like they say, it ain't nothing money. No, man, I always, like, itch. Well, I know that. When it's like a no moon, like when it's... Oh, it's nervous wreck right here. Like fucking real dark. And you go out there and throw a damn top water plug on a damn pond somewhere. Boy, you catch horses out of them fucking ponds, man. And, how you move, man? Lord help. Well, I sure wouldn't forget where they come from. They get light, and I don't know what it is about the cloud cover. I guess it's in the barometric pressure. A 4-peel and a 6-peel bad. Hey, what now? A 4-peel and a 6-peel bad. Going to go, man. That's what I say coming home from Chattanooga tonight. Boy, I hate that for you. Go fishing. Yeah, that was my tax money down the drain right there. Doggone.
what's going on, Icebreaker?
Hell, they finally got these eyes open back up. Hell, I went to bed early, not meaning to. Them got my belly full, man. It just put me in a coma, right?
That's what I was thinking. It must have put you in a coma. You said you was fixing to duck out for a while.
That is right. Hey, I heard you on that inner tube there. Say that thing, was it up on the shaft or down there next to where it comes out of the tube?
No, it's up there on the stem where it comes out.
Well, the reason I asked Grandpa, whenever he'd change out a tube, he'd take an old inner tube and cut him a damn patch. Put him an X in the center of that patch and slide it down over that stem before he put it in the rim. And I asked him why he done that, and he said that would just work like a sleeve to keep it from pinching the tube right there where the valve stem was at.
Well, it does, and that's a good idea, and I think I'm gonna try it this time.
I ain't here for it. Well, like I said, that just happened to cross my mind when you said that. I mean, that's the first thing I thought of. But you know, them old tractor trawlers, you know, they got the brass stem on there. And he said whenever them things get down under the dirt and, you know, stuff, the dirt, you know, just wiggles them around, and that's where it always pulls loose at, right there where it goes into the rim. I mean, into the hey, Dr. Drake, you still in that? Slide that up over, and he wouldn't never have no problem.
You're right about that. You're right about that, Icebreaker. Yeah, a man needs to be fed up a little right there where it goes through right there. And that old calcium that they're running these tires and everything, that rusts the hell out of a wheel.
Well, and another thing you can do too, you know, since you got it off right there, is take your file and kind of knock that outer edge off out, you know, in the hole, you know, instead of just being like it's being punched, kind of round the outer edges off, and that kind of helps too.
Yeah, it does. It takes the burrs off of it. That's right.
But anyway, brother, that just crossed my mind. I just thought I'd bring that up there, just in case you didn't think nothing about it.
That's a good idea. I appreciate you laying it on me.
Well, I mean, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but I ain't the dumbest man either, right?
Well, I've never insinuated that, I hope.
No, sir. No, sir. Never nothing like that. I mean, that's a quotation there, right?
Right on. I know what you're talking about.
Hey, Nervous Rick, you can learn information off this radio every once in a while there, right?
Yeah. If a man listens there, yeah, he can pick up on some things that'll help him right along.
Sometimes it works just the polar opposite too there, right?
Sometimes it does, but, you know, knowing it or hearing it, that adds a little more to your situation there as far as which way to go with it.
Yeah, adds to your arsenal there, right?
Yep.
Shit, man. You know, I mean...
You better tighten up.
From now on, man, I'll do the same shit, man, because it just makes sense, you know. It gives that, where that stem touches that rim, it gives it more cushion, you know, to where it won't, like, wiggle back and forth and, like, cause it to pop.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, what happened to begin with is a stop went through the tire. I went up here to get a boot to put in the tire and everything, and they talked me into this and that about the damn thing, and then they come down and looked at it and said I had to have a new wheel and all that. I don't know, they're promoting wheels, co-op is nowadays.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something about co-op. Grandpa always had trouble out co-op. The only time he didn't have a problem out co-op was when he was going to get the fertilizer or both feed, you know, something like that, or, you know, or when he was planting soybeans. If he wasn't backing up to the front dock, I mean, if he was backing up to the front dock, he had no problem. If he went around over where that damn garage was, he had a damn headache every time.
Yep, I can believe that. I sure can. And I'm about to turn it around for myself and do it the way that I know I can do it.
Well, Rick, you know, there's no job like the job you do for yourself.
Well, I know that, but good God Almighty, you know, to boot boot a tire, and it end up costing you $400 or $500, hell, that's about a major investment.
Well, here's another idea on booting a tire. Just take that old inner tube, cut the center part out of it, put that over your new one, and now your new one up inside of your old one.
Well, you're right about that, and I've about decided I'll drive up here, I'll drive down to Cleveland Tire somewhere, and I'll get me a damn inner tube, and I'll get me a boot from them, being they don't want to sell me one here.
Cleveland Tire, hang on, I'm trying to think of the name that Hammerhead uses over there. They do real good service over there. They're running a special here back first of the summer it was. First time customers was free work, and I had a screw in one of my tires and pulled in there. They actually took it off the rim and put that patch plug from the inside, put it back on there, rotated my tires, gauged them up, then charged me a dime.
After all that, well, I doubt they'll do this for nothing, because I'm going to have to take the wheel off and break the tire down and everything, so I doubt they'll do this for nothing.
No, sir.
Yeah,
What tire, what is that on? What are you working on?
it's on a tractor, a farm tractor.
Okay. Them things ain't no fun breaking down.
No, there ain't no problem.
No, I know, I figure they're a job, man.
I did find me a new wheel up there today. I found two different kinds. One's a real heavy duty, and the other one's lighter duty. One for $265, the other for $165.
Well, you gotta ask yourself right there just how much pressure you want to have that tractor into, and if the 165 will do the job.
I know it, and I don't. It's a '66 model, and it's strong as it can be. But I'm not going to have it hemmed up where I'm going to have to be subsoiling or nothing.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you ain't down just, pouring big old cutting hauls and stuff like that, I mean, hell, all you're doing is just running a damn bush off, maybe pull a trailer or something, hell, that 165 will work just fine.
Well, sure it will. Yeah, and that's probably what I ought to put on there and not worry about fixing or welding up that hole or nothing. I'll just put that new one on there.
Well, sometimes, I'd rather pay a little money to take care of a headache is take a chance to save myself $1 and become a bigger headache and have to spend that money anyway.
Well, what happens if I knock a hole in it again? What kind of aggravation? But you're probably right. If I do it myself, I can put the new wheel on it and do it myself and come out good.
Right.
It's a little work to it, though, where you got weights and all that on them back wheels.
But you know how them old people say there, we brought up around my whole life, they say, that half-ass shit, that you might as well do it right, man, if you want it done.
You're right about that. And I don't want it half-assed where I can just hobble it to the house. I want it where I can put it to work if need be.
That's what I was saying, that might wind up biting you in the ass, but I don't know. I'm just saying that if it's what's supposed to be on there, might as well do it the right way. But I'd shop around there, Nervous Wreck. I'd shop around, man, before I spent that kind of money there, right?
Yeah, and it does pay to shop around.
Sometimes that shopping around gets you more than you need to be in there. Yeah, but co-op, boy, they struggling, man, to obviously make money, because it sounds a little bit steep to me. Oh, I meant that Nervous Wreck is a joke there,
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's a major it'd be a major investment. It started out being 3, now it's been 4, now it goes up another 150 now. I'll tell you, I have time somewhere.
Better get you a square out there now where we can draw a straight line. That jagged line like that, that's what gets you there,
That's what gets you. That's right. Icebreaker, that's what gets you.
What model tractor is it, Nurse Rick?
It's a 66 model. It's the same thing as a 580 case backhoe.
Well, that's a nice one, ain't it?
That 66 is, yeah, this one's got power steering on it. And that was, back in 66, you've never got on nothing that had power steering, but this one's got good power steering and it worked.
Still run good and everything?
Runs like a champ.
They don't make shit. That's why they stop making shit like that, Nurse Rick.
I know it is. Yeah, I'll tell you what, after sitting through the winter and everything, all I've done is buff that starter, man, and she was running. The thing is built like a Sherman tank.
It's just crazy how today, 2022, these damn, all these tractors and shit out there, just the way they run, and now I have problems after like 2 or 3 years, and, they burn shit up on them. I mean, my stepbrother does that shit for a living, and my stepdad. And it's just funny to hear, like shit back made in the 60s and shit, dude, that's still running perfect, I mean, that just shows you right there, Nurse Rick. I mean, they'll never make nothing like that again. They don't have the money to.
No, I know it. That's the reason I'm gonna make this one right here do me, and I am gonna fix it back where I can use it, and not have to be worried about it.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Is that tractor, when you put it in high gear, you better keep your eyes on the road and not be looking in the ditches?
It's the one, yeah, that's it. The one that's geared so fast.
Yeah, that thing will run, won't it?
No, that's some bitch will fly. Boxcar's still on here, he'd tell you.
10-4. You were telling me about that one night, man. It tickled me. He said, if you're going to drive that thing, you better not be looking at the ditches. You better be looking straight on.
You better be. That's the reason he got rid of it. His grandson didn't want him to get rid of it. He did, because he knowed it'd get him killed. He got out there and stuck it in high gear after he got off the road a piece. And by God, like to not got the first curve behind him. That thing will fly on top of him.
Yeah, I think about ready to turn over there, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he got down there on that curve down there, hell yeah, he was flying.
Boxcar scared the shit out of me.
Well, I've rode with him and everything, and he never scared shit out of me. Maybe we didn't go far enough, but we went down a pretty good ways down there out of Cleveland, down Dalton Pike there, and worked on lawnmower down there.
No, I've been in a golf cart with him and been all over the place with a boxcar there, Nurse Rick, man. I tell you, he's dangerous, man.
I hear you.
Wide open. Yes, sir. And Hammerhead said that if you ever ride four-wheelers with him, you won't ride four-wheelers no more. He said he'll run you over, Nurse Rick.
Copied all that. Well, all I got's two-wheelers here, so I don't guess I'll get my ass run over today.
You better not let boxcar or two-wheeler. You better not let him on a motorcycle with you.
Well, he knows if he wanted one, I've got one there and everything. But yeah, he's told me about some of the sickles he's had, and I've had the same things. But I've had some 400s and some 490s, Yamahas that would go ahead of what he had been riding, and they're bad. They're not even practical for around here.
Well, you got the gas money to visit him in the hospital when we have to go over there and visit him.
Do what now?
I said, you got the gas money
call a socket now. Now, ain't got no 400 Yamaha. Them trail bikes, those trail bikes that I'm talking about were just, they were not practical for around here. If you was out on the desert and you know, needed something like that, that'd be one thing, but for around here, shit. They pick up speed a lot faster than they stop.
You remember them old Husker Barnes? Daddy had one. He got himself one for Christmas one time back a long time ago, back in the 70s. The old chrome trail Husker Barnes.
I had a 360 Husqvarna. Yeah, I know about a Husqvarna.
Yeah, that's somebody so big Daddy had to stand on a milk crate, get on top of it, somebody to kick it over there, nervous wreck.
Oh yeah, and they were bad. Don't let nobody shit you.
That's about like that damn Yamaha TT500. I'm telling you what, when you go kickstart that thing, you better turn them handlebars, so that's gonna be to kick back on you like a Harley.
Well, you think, yeah, you think about that 492 stroke.
Oh, I know. That's about like that TT500. I'm telling you, I run 3 wheel walks and that thing was about 1.5 pounds iron. And I mean, son, it was swing rocks, roots. I mean, yeah, it was mean.
They bad. Anything Yamaha made was good, and they made some badass stuff. I mean, bad as far as getting gone.
It's like a high-powered chainsaw with rubber wheels on it there, right?
That's all it is.
Yeah, I like to have a chainsaw torque up like this.
Damn right.
Sure right out there. Your motherfuckers are rip roots and rocks. You better not be behind that some bitch there, right? I'll tell you what, I went over and had 2 holes drilled in that rim where I could run 3 wheel locks in it. 1.5 pounds of iron in there, and I'm telling you what, son, I mean, it would slang it. I mean, it was all you could do to keep that front end on the ground. You remember that guy used to talk on the radio over there, kind of close to Breeze's house? He went by Mad Dog. Do you remember him? No, not right off the top of my head, no. He talked on the radio. He had a damn 500 KX 2-stroke. They'd been on ESPN, been on the damn, you know, them guys that ride them bikes and shit. And I traded him a 10-6 Phantom for that bike. He had it chained up. Man, I had the law over here about every day I rode that son of a bitch, man. Down the now New Murraytown, down Prospect, man. God bless you. Talking about a damn wicked bike. That damn KX 500, it had a gold head on it. But I'm telling you, it used to be a race bike. But my God, dude, I'm telling you, I wound up selling that thing. And I told them people that bought it as a young guy, I said, man, I'm telling you, I said, first, you might as well not even use first gear. I said, because first gear is useless, dude. You'll flip it, you know, completely over. And he's like, oh, bullshit. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, man. And he drove that thing, you know, he wanted to ride it before he bought it. I was like, okay, go ahead. And he put that thing in first gear, and right here in the driveway, he flipped it completely upside down. I was like, I told you. Well, that thing on TT, man, that thing had that 3rd gear power band in there, and I guarantee you, every time I got ready to go to 3rd gear, I always pat myself, pull myself up on the damn tank, you hear me? That's how that 500 was. You had to sit on the handlebars to ride that thing, man. You had to sit on the handlebars on the road. Because 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th gear, you better be sitting on the top of the gas tank, man, because it's coming up. Right. Yeah, every time I laid that thing down, there's about middle way to that 3rd gear power band.
It'll put you over the pivot point in a hurry, won't it?
You got that right. I bet that 500 KX would go every bit 85 mile an hour. I know it would. I guarantee it would.
In what gear?
All of them are the ones you could hold on to because the back tire was so out of round. Nervous wreck, it was so, the spokes needed to be adjusted on it, but it was so out of round that you get up about 60, 70 mile an hour and somebody start down wobbling on you and you're like, slow down.
Oh, hell, I don't like one that goes to break dancing.
Yeah, it's breakdancing about 65, 70 mile an hour.
Well, that damn 490 would get gone, I mean, and it picked up speed a whole lot faster than it would stop. Well, I'll tell you, when you fired that thing up, cold chills go across your shoulders, especially if you're warming up to ride it.
sound, you know, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
Well, nervous wreck, that doggone TT, you know, I like to run a low water pressure, you know, to flatten that tar out. With one wheel lock, 5 pound of iron in there, if that thing grabbed a root, it would spin that rim inside that tar every time. And that's why I had them other 2 wheel locks added in there to where I could run low water pressure and flatten that tar out. And I tell you what, sometimes I even wondered then if that son if he still kept from spinning inside that tar.
There ain't no way nobody could have rode behind you. If you ever got by somebody, that'd be it for them.
Oh yeah, you didn't get behind that one. You know, you didn't get behind that TT, son. No, you didn't ride behind it.
Hell no, you talking about quads.
I mean, I'm telling you, when I say that thing slung wrong roots, I'm telling you, son, when I put them 3 wheel locks in it, he grabbed them roots and just ripped them plumb out of the ground.
I believe that.
You're right up here, how hard? Yeah, I rode up right near that TT up there. I rode that TT down here in the holler down here in Georgia down there, climbing up that mountainside over there. How about you, Nervous Rick? You ever rode up here at Al Holler?
No, I've not. The Barty mines up here around Sweetwater is the only place I rode it, and on a poker run over there at over west of here. I got in a poker run over there. Let me see. There's Cookville, and the town back this way from Cookville is Crossville over there. I've done a poker run over there.
I tell you what, I watch them boys make a fool out of me. We had about 2 or 3 of us up there, you know. I had a damn a 125 KX, 2-stroke, and another dude had like a 250 KX. And these old boys up here had 4-strokes. And this is when 4-strokes first, you know, got pretty popular, you know. And they's like, well, we can climb that shit right there, you know, no problem with these 4-strokes. And we're like, shit, there ain't no way. And they just walked right up the side of it, you know, like nothing. And we up there struggling, man, you know, them 2-strokes. But I tell you what, them little 4-strokes, man, they'll climb some shit, man.
They'll climb some shit, but they didn't climb what I was doing over at the Barty mines because the lip come out up there at the top on a lot of them hills, and you have to throw that damn bike to land on the ground up there, because some of them lips come out, they come out over you up there at the top. You better be on something you can control, you know.
Yeah, they had one up there at Al Holler called the Widowmaker, and I'm sure a lot of places had the same thing. But it was like you're saying, like you get up to the top and it would almost invert, you know, like not vertical but the other way. And you had to be able to gas on it real hard. You had to know how to ride it there, right?
You had to be able to throw your bike for everything to land on top. I put it that way. If you didn't, it'd come back off end over end.
But them old 4-strokes, man, you know, we make fun of them and shit, but they're actually, I mean, I never liked 4-stroke, but they're actually okay, man, you know, for climbing.
Yeah, that old clown trophy trail that they made, it was a 500cc. It was a badass.
Was it 4-stroke?
Yeah.
They had the torque. Weight, you know, they had, you see, a 2-stroke don't really have no torque, it's just got power, you know. And them 4-strokes had a lot of torque there, right?
Well, it's like Icebreaker was saying, that you didn't want to get behind that damn Triumph because it throw clots that knock your damn helmet plumb off your head.
Yeah. Man, we used to raise hell on that shit. I used to have the damn police out here all the time. They couldn't stand that shit.
I'll tell you, I had an old 71, and I'm about to tell my age, but I had an old 71 Kawasaki, 350, single cylinder, two-stroke, and he'd have the carburetor down on the side. Them were the damn most radical things you ever rode. You didn't know when that power band you was talking about coming in, you didn't know when that thing was going. You couldn't ride much of a wheelie on it because you didn't know when it was going to cut loose and just get gone, you know.
That's how that 500 was, Nervous Rick. I'm telling you, the God's truth. First gear, they had that thing like juiced up, man, for like, you know, them racers on TV and shit. And I'm telling you, man, on first gear, it didn't take but about 2 seconds, man, gas on that thing, and it would come I guarantee that bike would do a flip, you know, if it had traction. It would flip you all the way over like a cartwheel.
Oh, man, yeah. That 400 was mad. I took it out there and let my cousin ride it. That 400 that I had, and he told me, he said, I'd take this son of a bitch back to whoever I bought it from and tell me to give me my money back. And I said, well, Ed, I like the way the thing runs. He said, you'll end up breaking your neck on that damn thing. It's a good thing it didn't take that 490 out there. He would have got skeptical.
That's what that dude told me when I traded him that big 10-2 Phantom, you know, for that bike. He's like, man, please don't kill yourself on this thing. I was like, shit, I've rode bikes my whole life. He's like, you've never rode a bike like this. He's like, I promise you, man. He's like, please don't die on this thing. Man, I had that thing home, and I wondered why it had a different color fender on the back of it. And I asked him, I said, why is this fender different color? He's like, you'll find out why it's a different color, because you'll be buying another one. I was like, bullshit. But let me tell you, man, that thing, I've never had a bike that powerful in my life, Nervous Rick.
No, I know what you're talking about. That 750 Kawasaki that I had, it was 73 model, but that was the baddest street bike that I'll ever have. I'll never have nothing no stronger than that thing was. But as far as the dirt bike, that 490, I just don't see, you know, how it would get any better than what that thing would do. The guy that I sold it to another old boy, and the last time I heard he was in traction up there in Knoxville. He'd damn near, he'd broke his neck or something up there. That 490 was just ungodly the way it went.
Who did you say made that bike?
Yamaha.
What year model was it?
The 490?
Yeah.
Let's see. It must have been an 82 or 3. Somewhere around in there. I don't think it was as far as a 90 model.
Is a Yamaha 490, it's two-stroke, wasn't it?
Yeah, two-stroke.
I'm telling you, man, when it comes to dirt bikes and shit, you know, the green ones are always my favorite, but I tell you what, them Yamahas, man, you couldn't beat a damn Yamaha, dude. I don't give a shit. Kawasaki tore up. But I tell you, Nervous Rick, I could take a damn 125 Kawasaki, you know, KX or KDX or, you know, KLX or whatever, and I could abuse them bikes, man. I could throw them around and you know, ride them like you're supposed to ride them. But that 500 I had, I couldn't, man. That thing was too big for me. Way too big for me, Nervous Rick.
You didn't control them. They would end up controlling you. Where them things need to be used is from Weatherford, Texas, which is the other side of Dallas, from there to El Paso, out there on the desert. Because you didn't ride them. They'd end up riding you.
Nervous Rick, you'd have to be fucking 290-pound, 6'4" to control that bike, you know, and that bike would still dump you off of it because it's just too much, man. You know, a bike like that, dude, that's ridiculous to make a bike like that. Honestly, a 490 or a 500 like that. Yamaha, they're just mean for doing that.
Well, that's what I was saying a while ago about them being, about them not being practical, because you're not going to master that. You know, if you're 180, 200 pounds, you're not going to master that bastard. It'll master you before it's over, and it'll do it in a hurry too. I mean, no, I 250, a good running 250 is something you can kind of sling around, or 175, you can kind of sling them around, you can handle them, but you'll not handle that damn 500, that 490.
Yeah, I think they did that shit for maintenance there, right?
Something, I don't know, but I'll tell you what I would like to have. I had a 350 Yamaha, just a little after that came out, but I had a 72 model RD 350. It was a street bike, and they were the fastest thing in their class, but I'd like to have had a 500 set up like that 350 was, but you couldn't buy them here in the States, a two-stroke. Yamaha, you didn't have them here in the States, but I'd like to have one of them to see how they run.
I'll tell you what, that 490 Yamaha you had, if it was anything like that damn 500 KX, I'm sure it was, same suspension and everything. You could drive that some bitch off the top of a house and it wouldn't even bottom out, you know it?
No, it wouldn't. No, the way it's set up off the ground, I had to lean it up against the tree to crank it.
That's how that 500 was. I leaned that some bitch on the trailer to crank it. And it took, 2 or 3 minutes to get it started, but I tell you what, man, you could jump off pine tree with any of them bikes, man. It wouldn't even, bottom out. There was I'm telling you, man, you'd have to be a damn 300-pound person to ride one of them things.
Yeah, and I never was 300 pounds, so that was too big. That was really too big. A 250, I could kind of ride it and compete there and everything, but that 400 that I had, I passed a guy that his daddy owned a tire shop right up the road here, but I passed him on that poker run that I was on the back wheel, and him on that 600 trying to get gone, but that 400, man, come by him, he had a Honda, and I had that Yamaha, but that 400 was quick.
I heard that. How you nervous, Rick? When it comes to street bikes, it's hard to beat them Suzukis now.
Them Suzukis will get it done. I got a buddy over here that had a 90, I think it was a 98 or something like that, Suzuki that he had in fourth gear. He is a 1500. He had to run that thing he had to tack it out in fourth gear to get it to swallow fifth gear, but when he changed gears in fourth, he was running 150 mile an hour and to hit fifth then, and for it to take on off, but then he had one 3 years newer that wouldn't hold a life of that damn red one to run by.
Yeah, I had a 79 900 Kawasaki, and I run across a GT 550 Suzuki, and that damn 550 Suzuki would run circles around that 900 cal.
Well, think about it, Icebreaker. That 73 model, 750 two-stroke, three-cylinder that I had, man, I never come up on nothing that would run with that thing to a quarter of a mile. Not no 900, not no 1,000, 11, 12, 13. There wasn't none of them run that thing to a quarter of a mile.
Right. Yeah, that GT 550, they come out with that right there in 1985 when they produced that bike. It was real short and wide. That's when they come out with that goat rail mire system. And I'll tell you what, man, that little GT 550, son, that son of a bitch was swill.
I know what you're saying. Boy, they've come with some that would get it on. I'm not lying you. I was trying to think of what bike that was come up alongside me on the interstate coming home there one day from Chattanooga. It was, I think it was made by, seemed like the name of it started with a K, but it was, I think it was made by Suzuki, but that boy right there come up alongside me, and I was running between 80 and 90, and he went down 3 gears, and that thing come up on the back wheel just like it was on hydraulic, and away he went.
Yeah, buddy of mine, he got one of them Suzuki SR9s, man. That son of a gun, I'm telling you. I mean, you can just feel the horsepower in that right there.
Oh, I guarantee you, this one right here, and that wasn't good enough. I followed him up to about 110, 15. I got scared he was going to get one of them death wobbles, you know, up there, and then I'd have to witness that. And I told him, when he wanted to do it the second time, I told him, I said, no, man, you're all right. You're looking good there, but he had to do it again.
Of course.
He was riding one of them two-wheel zoom zooms. It was, if I could think of the name of it, it was, they made two different sizes of them and called them the same name, but I can't remember right this minute what there was.
Well, it had to be made by Suzuki, because that's the only kind of run like that. I've seen them on highways, and when they come around you. They don't sound like a jet plane coming around you.
Yeah, they're well in the competition, I promise you.
That's right. I looked my side view there, and I seen them coming. There was two of them, and when they started to go around me, I seen look back there, and both of them bikes squatted down and geared down, and boy, when they let that clutch back out, they were gone.
Yeah, I believe that.
Nervous wreck. The one thing that I learned about riding motorcycles is when you get on one and it's sliding you back on the seat, that's the one you better give your total respect to.
Yeah, you're right about that. I wish I could remember the name of these bikes right here this bike that I'm talking about. Cause my grandson, I took him over and chose a bike for him. It was a 850 Suzuki, and he took that thing down to Florida on basic training, and he traded it for one of these bikes that I'm talking about. And they clocked him out there. His buddies they all got together and clocked him at 172 miles an hour. Down there in Florida, you know, the roads are flat and they're straight. And he sent it to his sister up here, my granddaughter, and I'll be damned if my daughter didn't get her phone and go through her damn messages and seen him.
Right.
Oh, the damn roof lifted in.
Well, you know, that bike world is just like the automotive world. It's always a competition. One come out with a new sports car, they all got to come out with a new sports car. But there ain't but one motorcycle brand out there that can even come close to the Suzuki, and that's Ducati.
Oh, Ducati makes you know, when I was 12 years old, I had a Ducati 125, and they was, I thought they run damn good for their size.
Yeah, like I said, man, I mean, as far as production, Ducati's supposed to be number one on the block, but I think Suzuki gives them a run for the money.
They do give them a run for the money. There ain't no doubt about that.
You talking about dirt bike? No, street bike.
Oh, yeah, street bike, yeah. But I tell you what, man, you talking about a bike that's hard to handle with, I was talking about earlier when I first started talking nervous wreck on here, is them Husqvarnas, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, the Husqvarna made a damn 750, a 950 fucking four-stroke. Nervous wreck, just like I was saying a minute ago, like you said, not practical. Who in the hell would make a fucking motorcycle, like not a dirt bike, but one of them like all-terrain bikes, a 950? Who does that?
Somebody that owns a mortuary, I guess.
Them Husqvarnas, dude, I'm telling you, man, Daddy had that big one. He had that 750 Husqvarna, and he had to stand on a milk crate to get that something started. And it was all chrome gas tank, chrome fenders, you know, chrome skirts, you know, all that shit. And it was one of them enduro bikes.
Well, that damn Hodaka made a chrome bike. Do you remember that?
That's right, man. It was badass in its time. But yeah, I rode a buddy of mine had one of them 250 enduro street or trail. And I tell you what, man, I just like being on a damn Harley Davidson in the
you remember they was chrome? Old Rusty Kyle used to ride one up here. And them was sharp, and they was a high dollar bike too.
10-4. But I'm like icebreaker over there. Them Suzukis, they can't be beat on the road. I mean, you always see the operator got his head forward, leaning down on them things. That's the way they ride.
Yeah, that's the way they ride. Well, now, if you was going to tour the USA, that ain't probably what you'd want to tour on, but you know, for short jaunts or whatever, that'd be the way to go.
10-4. Usually you see somebody riding a bike sitting straight up on that thing. But these young boys went around me, and I'd say they're in their 20s, but they was leaning forward on them bikes and going uphill.
Okay, the Hayabusa is what I'm trying to think of, icebreaker, and the Hayabusa is what I was trying to think of a while ago.
I don't think I've ever heard of one of them.
That damn Hayabusa is one of the fastest things they made.
Yeah, it's one of them they stretch, they stretch them street bikes out. They call them Hayabusa icebreaker.
That's one of them 220-mile-an-hour motorcycles, icebreakers. Oh, hell, that's probably why I ain't never seen one of them.
They'll mortally damn fly.
They're pretty though, ain't they, Nervous Wreck? They're big, long, sexy things there, right?
You damn right. They're long wheel-basted son of a bitch, and they will hunt for ground.
Yeah, they'll hunt for ground. That ain't no doubt about that.
What'd you do about it? What I done? Went to bed early, got up early?
I went to bed at 5 o'clock, and that stupid dog woke me up a minute ago. About kicked him out the door.
Yeah, that's what I done. About 6:30, I could sit around here and got my belly full, laid back here, fucking fell out, not meaning to there.
Forward.
That old spider.
Hello.
What are you talking on?
Do what?
What are you talking on?
88.
Where's that? Sounding good.
How you nervous, Rick?
Yeah, kick it.
Them tribes, when them tribes was first produced, didn't they build them for the military? And then after so many years, they finally started bringing them out for the civilians. And I think there was, what, a 250, a 450, and a 600, wasn't it?
Might have been. I've had 4 different triumphs. They were 650s, the ones that I had. 3 of them was Montevilles, and the other one was a Tiger. The Tiger just has a single carburetor, but I don't know back when they had them in the military.
Yeah, when they was making them, I'm pretty sure they made a copy of the Germans over there, the Germans motorcycle, you know, with the sidecars. Our military decided they wanted some. I think I'm pretty sure well, hell, I know it's Triumph. They built one for the military. Then after they got to producing, the military doesn't have all they wanted, and they couldn't just shut down, so they started putting them out to the public.
Well, let me tell you one thing. A Triumph is a forward-running engine. When I say forward-running, I'm talking about a 2-cylinder that the piston comes to the top at opposing times. They're a forward-running. That's the reason you never did see a red line on the tachometer, because they would turn to lay self-destructed. Your Hondas, all that other stuff, the pistons went up and down at the same time, and they had counterweights on the crankshaft. That's the reason Triumph, them that I had, man, them in a Norton, and I had one Norton 750 Commando. That was a bad son of a bitch. But if you ever miss a gear and hit that throttle, well, everything you've got right there will go right through the bottom.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. them Husqvarnas and them Trons and that one nurse wreck just said, man, they're temperamental bikes, man. That's why they didn't last. That's why you don't see them no more, because they're so temperamental. You know, if you had a good running Husqvarna, you didn't have it running for long. They tear up, wouldn't they, nervous wreck?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, I never did miss a gear but one time with that Norton. And that 750 was when you can hit second gear and hold a wheelie out through there, 2 foot up off the ground till that bike tacks out, that's torque.
Well, speaking of 750s, when Honda quit making that 754 Honda right there, Honda went to shit.
Well, that put them on the map, I promise you.
Yeah, you had 2 different styles. You had one that had that small gas tank. The one I had that great old big gas tank on there, that big 5-gallon tank. That son of a bitch, you bug green, God, that thing was pretty.
Man, I tell you what, hey, y'all remember them 3-wheelers that Honda made, them big, they call them big wheels. Y'all remember them?
The big rigs, the big red.
Yeah, the big red had a big gigantic gas tank and they had gigantic wheels. And there was a 3-wheeler, Honda made them. You remember them?
Yeah, that's them son of a bitch you couldn't keep in a straight line now. It was like that damn tractor, they'll have you in a damn ditch.
Yeah, but you could take them some bitch floating across the pond. I've seen it done a million times, motherfucker. You can drive across the lake with them.
Yeah, big old balloon towers. That was the downfall on them things there. They put some damn sidewalls on them, you'll keep them from damn walking the road. Hell, they've been all right. There's been a lot of people, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people got hurt on them big rig 3-wheelers.
Yeah, but you talking about a good running motor. That one Honda made them, that damn big red, it's called Big Red is what it's called. And dude, I'm telling you, man, them motors would never, ever tear up.
Well, man, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Honda was coming a long way, man. They was making a good name for themselves. They come out with that 754 Honda, and God, that was the best seller they had. But then, shit, I can't think what that was. They come out after the 754, but Honda just wasn't the same after the 754 Honda, that 754 model.
Well, let me tell you something. That 305 Super Hawk I had, that 68 model, was a bad to the bone bike. It outdo these new 350s.
I believe that.
You remember them big old 3-wheelers I was wrecked? No shit.
I don't remember the ones you're talking about. I wasn't into the 3-wheelers. They seemed to me like they turned over too easy.
Oh, they did. They turned over like crazy. But Honda made this, it's called Big Red, and it had a damn 5-gallon gas tank on it. It's a big old son of a bitch. But you talking about fun. If you knew how to ride one, man, that was fun.
Oh, I promise you. Listen, Honda has been making a good motor as far as motor-wise, and they've been lasting for a long time. They wouldn't compete with some of the others. They couldn't. They wouldn't. But they made some motors that would go the mile. There ain't no 2 ways about it. Hi, brother.
Yeah, come on.
What was that thing, that black and yellow 4-wheeler that Suzuki made that was so fast that people was getting hurt on? They finally quit making it. It was a 500. Was it that quad runner or quad racer? You pull the throttle on it, and it would pull you off the damn handlebars if you didn't have it held on to the 2-stroke.
I was at a Banshee.
Well, they had that, but then they had a black and yellow, what the hell, quad runner? Quad something. That son of a bitch was, woo! I know a boy that had a yellow, it was yellow colored, but I think the first letter in the name of it was a P. But that son of a bitch, I followed him up 58 Highway, and he pulled out at 60, 65 and passed cars with it. Now I can't remember, but it's a very popular name. I just can't remember it right now. They used to take in Suzuki's and they put them on flat track on them, what they called it. They lower the suspension on them. My uncle had one of them, told me to get over there and ride it. I sold two of them. One of them wouldn't do over 100, but that last one I sold, boxcar had a time selling it, but when the right guy come along, he didn't have no problem at all. That guy bought it and loved it.
This thing had slicks on it and everything, like racing slicks on it. This was not no kid's toy there, right?
This one here wasn't either. I promise you that. This was a 100-mile-an-hour, and then some motor on this thing. It had, disc all the way around it, and big old wide ass tires. But it sits so close to the ground that anybody over 150 pounds couldn't ride it hardly.
You talking about fun shit when we were growing up. These kids today, they'll have no idea. Them little low, like, an inch off the ground go-kart, you know what I mean, that got put together. These kids today have no idea, Nurse Rick.
No, they don't have no idea. The go-kart I had when I was young was a McCully. It was seemed like it was a 617. It had a place for two motors on the back of it, had drum brakes, and that's when I had to get two boys to come home with me from school to ride it, because it would take two people to push it off because I didn't have a clutch on it. But never, ever was there a time that anybody wanted to get on it and ride it, because when she fired off, man, it's gone.
Yeah. That's like me when I was growing up, man. Good God, dude. Them go-karts were fun, Nurse Rick.
Oh, yeah. I've got a go-kart here right now. I'm thinking about putting a 40-horse, two-stroke, two-cylinder on it, come off a snowmobile. But I've got to figure how to put two torque converters on it. Get one for the takeoff and one for the top end.
I heard that.
Centrifugal clutch. Yeah, they're the same thing as a centrifugal clutch, but the fluids inside of them, there's some that'll stay with you. I got a bunch of go-kart stuff at the house where I used to race them on the dirt. I got slicks. I'm talking about 800s, 700s, 600s, the rims. Even for a regular go-kart, I got one of them Horseman clutches, and that's like you can set it to whatever RPM you want it to engage at. But we used to do that, man. The guy I worked with, we raced them on dirt down there at Dogwood and Spring City. I don't know about 100, but I know we'd do about 80 mile an hour on dirt. They are fun. We had a Phantom Triton, and that was about the best go-kart, 2012 model back then. Well, if you run down there at Spring City, you didn't need nothing to go over 80. No, because you go up one hill and down the other hill. Oh, you got that right.
Breaker. Yeah, come on. You have a go-kart growing up? No, I never had go-karts there. It's always motorcycles or four-wheelers, all right? You never jumped on your neighbor's go-kart or nothing around there? No, Shit, boy, you ever get on a go-kart, you know, boy, when they say that, cars ride like they're on rails and shit, man, the go-kart, man, you can whip that shit around, boy, like, tell him, Nurse Rick, you can turn this shit on dime, man, right? You learn the whole new dimension of G-force. You learn that G-force goes further out than you've ever seen it go before. You get that shit an inch off the ground, icebreaker, you can turn that shit around fucking corncob stalks, man, out there in the cornfield. I can tell you. I wish I knew you when I